Hello, I'm Sharon and you're watching Sharon Lindsay Yoga and Wellbeing. Thank you for tuning in to today's class, which is the fourth in the Unwind series. So today we're softening the belly. When we're stressed or anxious, our tummies become tight, which not only affects our digestion, but also our breathing too. This is because our diaphragm is also affected by the tightness in our tummy. And the diaphragm is a key muscle in our breathing. So today let's work to soften that belly, improve our digestion, breathe more easily, and bring back a feeling of inner calm. So we're going to start lying on our tummy. So lying flat on your tummy, with one hand on top of the other and resting your forehead on the hands. This gives you some space to breathe. It elevates the chest a little. And bring your awareness to the diaphragm, that space just above the tummy button and just below the ribs, which you'll feel pressing into the earth. And as you breathe in through the nose, feel that space expand, pressing into the earth. And as you breathe out, feel that space soften and draw away from the earth. So just do this a few times, focusing on that area. Notice any tightness in the tummy. And with every breath, allow the tummy to become softer and softer. Now, for some of us, this may feel a little uncomfortable because of the tightness in our tummies. However, if it feels very comfortable and you would like to try something a little more intense, then you're going to take your two fists and just slide them beneath your tummy and just nestle them into the soft space just above your belly button. So I have one fist below the other, depends on what space you have in there. Just find something comfortable with one of your fists at least nestled right into the diaphragm area. And now you can rest your chin on the mat instead of your forehead. And then just return to sensing the movement of the diaphragm with the breath. So breathing in through the nose, the diaphragm expands into the fists. And as you exhale and the diaphragm sinks up into the chest, your fists also sink a little deeper into the body. So this should feel like a massage. It shouldn't be too uncomfortable. If it is, just return to having the hands beneath the forehead and just have the belly directly on the earth. And then at the end of the next exhale, just remove your hands. Bring the elbows beneath the shoulders. And have your forearms parallel to each other and your palms flat on the earth. And just allow yourself to slouch down here, supported by your elbows. And then begin to press, feel which parts of your tummy are in contact with the earth. And then begin to press into the forearms, lifting the chest. Feel your tummy peel away from the earth, so only the lower abdomen will now be on the earth, and feel that stretch in the front of the diaphragm area. You can try drawing your elbows a little closer to you so they don't move, but you're pulling the elbows towards your ribs, creating resistance. Press the elbows down, trying to lengthen that spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head, trying to lengthen the front of the body from the pubic bone to the crown of the head. And as you breathe, feel the tummy expand on the inhale, and as you exhale, allow everything to soften. And then just lower the chest back down to the earth, widen the elbows, place the hands beneath the shoulders, and then press up onto the hands and knees. So the knees are beneath the hips, the wrists are beneath the shoulders, and your fingers are spread wide. And as you inhale, the tailbone lifts, the belly lowers, and lift the gaze. And just take a breath or two here. Feel the tummy expand on the inhale, and feel it draw in towards the spine on the exhale, massaging that stomach with the breath. And then on your next exhale, begin to round the tailbone under, round through the spine, round through the upper back, then the chin tucks to the chest. And stay here for a few breaths. Inhale, expand the tummy. Exhale, draw the tummy button up towards the spine as you empty all of the breath. And then on your next inhale, the tailbone lifts, the belly lowers, the chest lifts. Stay here and breathe, focusing on that diaphragm. Notice any areas of tightness as the breath moves in and out. Not only are you expanding the tummy on the inhale, but notice the rib cage too. And then let's exhale, curl the tailbone under as you round through the spine, breathing in and out for a couple of breaths here. Really squeeze the tummy tight on the exhale. And on the next inhale, tailbone lifts, belly lowers, chest lifts. And breathe. Feel the tummy expand and contract, easing out any tension with the movement of the breath. And then just return to neutral. Keeping your legs in this position, you're just going to sit back, bringing your sit bones towards your heels. If this is uncomfortable, you can widen your legs a little, or perhaps you might need a cushion to place between your heels and your sit bones. And then allow your forehead to fold forward. I'm having to widen my arms a little here. You may need to too. And then again, focusing on the breath. And feel the breath press the tummy and ribs towards the thighs. And as you exhale, the rib cage draws away from the thighs, the tummy sinks in towards the spine. And then begin to lift the hips, coming back up onto the hands and knees. And then we're going to bring the right foot between the hands. And we want to have the legs, both legs at right angles here. So we're not focusing on coming forward to open this hip. We are staying quite upright. And we're going to bring the arms out to shoulder height. And then we're going to twist towards the bent leg. Come round as far as is comfortable. And then breathe, bringing your awareness to the diaphragm, to the ribs surrounding the diaphragm. And feel that expansion and contraction with every breath. And then we'll twist back to the front. Bring the hands down on either side of the foot. Bring that knee back and then bring the opposite foot forward. So the left foot now comes between the hands. Keep the hips upright so you have 90 degrees at the knees on both legs. And we come upright, we expand the arms out to the side with the fingers, or the hands at shoulder height. And then as you exhale, twist towards the bent leg, keeping the arms aligned if you can. If you have issues with your shoulders and this is uncomfortable, feel free to just have your hands on your hips or bring them together at your heart. And then focus on that breath, on that diaphragm area just above the tummy button. Feel the ribs around the diaphragm, and as you breathe in and out, feel all of that area moving, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. And then bring the body back to center. Bring the arms down by the side and then come down to sitting with the legs out in front. Sitting up tall, we're going to cross the right leg over the left, lengthen the spine, flex the foot on that straight leg, and then twist towards the thigh. So the tummy button coming towards the thigh, then wrap your right arm around that knee, and you can place your fingers down on the mat behind you for support. Really draw that tummy in to help you lengthen the spine. And then breathe, focus on the breath. You're gazing over that left shoulder. One more breath, and then slowly unwind back to the front. Uncross that leg, and then bring the right foot over the left. The left leg is straight and the toes are flexed, the leg is active. Lengthen the spine and twist towards that bent leg. Feel your tummy button making its way towards your inner thigh, and then wrap your arm around your knee. Place your right fingertips down behind you. Really lengthen that spine. And then breathe deeply into the diaphragm. And then exhale to slowly unwind. We'll extend that leg out in front of us. Slide the sit bones forward so your knees are bent and you have space behind you to lie down. Come down onto your elbows and make your way down onto your back. And then we're going to bring the right knee towards the chest, extend the left leg long, and really hug that right knee close to the body as the left leg lengthens. If you like, you can lift your nose up towards your knee. It doesn't have to touch, but just lifting in that direction, squeezing into the tummy, and then slowly lower the head back down. Bring your left knee in and extend the right leg long. Hug that thigh as close to the rib cage as you can as you extend that right leg as far along the mat as you can. And if you like, lift your nose up towards your knee and breathe. And then lower the shoulders down, lower the head down. Bring the right knee in so you're hugging both knees together and really draw them as close to the body as you can. Notice the tailbone lifting a little as you do this. And then place the tailbone down, move the knees away a little. Place your hands on your knees and just lengthen your arms so your knees move away from the chest. Then draw them in towards the chest. Press them away. Draw the knees in towards the chest and press them away. Then circle in one direction, circling those knees, and then reverse the direction. And then come to stillness. Place your feet on the mat and rest your arms by your side. Extend one leg long and then the other. And just settle in for a moment or two, feeling the tummy rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Feel the rib cage expand with the tummy on the inhale. And feel the rib cage contract with the tummy on the exhale. And you can stay here. And you can stay here for an extra moment if you want to. Or just bend your knees, place your feet on the mat and roll onto one side. Place your top hand down to guide you gently back up to sitting. Sitting comfortably with a tall spine and relaxed shoulders. Just notice how you feel. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next class, which is the final episode in the series. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.